What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here. Hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. National championship is over. The confetti probably still being cleaned up at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where the Indiana Hoosiers complete the perfect season. Absolutely incredible story for them this year. But their season is over, and I had a sim prepared for if they had won and if Miami had won into the offseason. The portal is over. So we're going to do a roster breakdown. Now, a couple of things now that we are no longer recreating reality and I am just in charge of the team is obviously recruited. Obviously not the same players, although I did change all the recruits' names to the real guys recruited to Ohio State. And I portaled the way that I would have portaled. Now, the game only lets you take 35 new players. So I had recruited 25, and so I was only able to take 10 guys in the portal. When possible, if they were actually available, I did try to go after some of the real guys from the portal that Ohio State went after. But I also went after some guys who Ohio State did not go in the portal. And, frankly, there's some guys that are in the portal who didn't actually go to the portal in real life, but there's obviously players then that did. A couple other notes about the sim off season that I did is that I did force everybody to leave, even if they didn't leave. So Caden McDonald, for instance, Max Clare, two guys that have declared for the draft, did come back, so they'll be on our team. A couple other things, they had the years and the eligibility goofed up a little bit, so like Carson Hinsman is coming back in real life, but he graduated in the game and couldn't come back. Same thing with Kenyatta Jackson. He's coming back in real life, but he also graduated in the game and was not even able for me to talk him back into staying. So none of the Alabama guys went into the portal, so if you're looking for Quay Rousseau, James Smith, or Calhoun, none of those guys are going to be there as well. But I did try to pick at least and choose in the same spot, so I did get like a pretty elite edge rusher. I did get a couple things, which you'll see here in a minute. So anyway, quickly look at the top 25 coming into the season. Again, I am loaded for Barry. You can see I'm going to be in first place, Georgia in second. Again, I had a bonkers recruiting class. When the portal was closed, I had 20 5-star guys. I'll show you that. Actually, I guess the class is already over. I can't show you that particular screen. But I had a monster recruiting season. Georgia 2, out Oregon 3, Notre Dame 4, Indiana 5. Again, losing a lot. Look at their ratings, 79, 79, 81. They lost a lot off the national championship team. Then Ole Miss, Meat Chicken, Oklahoma, Miami, and Texas A&M round out the top 10 again of the media poll. Coaches poll has Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Indiana 4, then Miami 5, etc. So that's the way the top 25 looks in this particular season. Let's look at the 5 preseason Heisman favorites. They would be Ryan Williams from Alabama, Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sand from Ohio State, Isaac Brown, who was the #1 portal transfer running back, and you can see he has gone to Miami, and at a 96 overall, he's going to be a monster for them. And then Jaden Mayava, the quarterback from USC. So some Big Ten flavor. Again, preseason doesn't really mean much, except that it's actually there. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at my roster. I'll try to go position by position here. Whoops, not that. Wrong button, Phil. Oh boy, I'm falling apart. Okay, so here we go. In the quarterback room, Julian Sand has progressed up to a 95. Very excited about him in his junior season. Tavian St. Clair actually tried to leave in the portal. I had to convince him not once, but 2 times, and then he finally came back. He has devved up to an 87 already, so may have to try to get him into the game as well. Recruited Luke Fahey. He's the real freshman quarterback that's actually coming this offseason. So just the quarterback that I recruited, I changed his name. So Luke Fahey rounds out that room. In the running back room, no, you are not mistaken. I did go out and get some help for Bo Jackson to pair with 1-2, and I said, you know what? Look who's staring me right in the face. I just watched Ole Miss play. Kejuan Lacey. So Kejuan Lacey will be Bo Jackson's running mate. You can see them in a 94, Bo Jackson at a 90. Those two will be 1A and 1B. I will try to formation sub them into about half of the formations each. Okay. Favor Aki or Ika, or however you say it, is the incoming freshman in the class in real life, too. That's the name of the running back that's coming in this year's class. You can see Turbo Rogers and Isaiah West didn't get much love. I've upgraded all of these guys based on the offseason points that they got, but just not a lot of love for Isaiah West, even though he's probably the second best running back on the real Buckeye roster. No fullbacks on the roster. All right, wide receiver room. I had to force all the guys that left out. Porter, Graham, Rogers, Bodapin Miller, they all had to go. So, enter in a good class of rookies, and I went portaling. And who did I get, George? I got Malachi Tony. You know why? Because why not? So Malachi Tony is going to be our portal receiver here in this year's class. Jeremiah Smith at a 99, Tony at an 88. Innes is upgraded to an 87, and there is Chris Henry Jr., number one receiver in the class. I was able to get him, and there he is. He'll start this season at an 84 overall. Desai Jones comes in at an 81. There's Legend Bay, very talented athlete. He's going to start as our kick returner. He can play a little running back. Think Curtis Samuel when you think Legend Bay. Actually can play quarterback too as well. There's Philip Bell, one of last year's freshmen, and then Jaquaden Guilford, another top. These are all five-star receivers, by the way. Legend Bay, Jaquaden Guilford, and Chris Henry. I, like I said, had a very good recruiting class, and Malachi Tony coming over as well. Tight end room, I told you Max Clare did not leave for the draft, so he comes back and he's a 93 rated overall. Mason Williams, this is my first real guy. So this guy actually came over from Ohio University. He will be tight end number 2 with the transfer of Jelani Thurman. Nate Roberts still on the team. Nick Lauder is the name of the incoming freshman tight end in the real class. And Max LeBlanc stays around as well. All right. Here's where I would... Here's where people are going to get mad at me, and I wish they would have done this. My left tackle is Jordan Seaton. I went out and got him. He was in the portal. He was in the portal in real life. Ohio State not willing to write the check. Texas, I think, is where he ended up, right? 96 overall. We are upgrading our left tackle, and I went out and got him, Jordan Seaton. He was the number 3 player in all of the portal, and I happened to get the number 1 player. We'll talk about him in a little bit, too. So Jordan Seaton's going to anchor our line. Massive upgrade for us. No offense, Austin Soderfeld, but he'll move to the inside and be a very good guard. Carter Lau in his second season, and Max O'Reilly, one of our incoming freshmen, highly rated tackle in this year's incoming class. Left guard's going to be Luke Montgomery. He comes back as an 87. Mason Wilhelm, I think Matt Wilhelm's kid, is a freshman this year, and Jake Cook and Lorenz as well. In the center room, again, I told you Carson Hinsman graduated in the game, which obviously he didn't in real life. So I went out and got one of the top centers in the portal. His name is Brady Small. He played at Army, and he is a 93 overall. You can see he's already upgraded to a 93 from a 92, and he will be the anchor with his raw strength, 6 foot 318 of our offensive line. Josh Padilla moved over, and this is actually another true freshman, and I just haven't changed his name yet because there hasn't been any other offensive linemen in the class that I can use their names. Austin Serafeld's going to get moved over to right guard, where he booms to a 90 overall. Tucker Smith is a freshman. Gabe Van Sickle back again, and Landry Bredy is a freshman as well. On the right tackle side, still where we're weakest. We'll have to decide what we want to do. Philip Daniels stays. He's up to an 83. One of the twins, Deontay Armstrong, up to an 82. Sam Greer, he is the high-priced tackle that we got in the class, 7th in the best in the country. And I may have him start from day one and just let the kid learn on the job. But we'll have to decide here. Ian Moore up to an 80 as well. Ian Moore might be the real left tackle for the real team, for whatever that's worth. All right. Left edge room, I had to get rid of all the guys who left. So that's Dominic Kirks, that's Mensa, that's Logan George. All those guys left in the portal. A lot of D linemen left in the portal. So you got this year's rookie. He is the top edge rusher in our class coming in. His name is Kari Wilder, and you will see him on Saturdays even next year. Zion Grady played some sparing moments. All right, I told you a little bit earlier, I went for the top fish in the Portal C, and I got 2 of the 3 5-star guys that were in the portal. The other one that I got instead of Quay Russo as our edge rush specialist is Colin Simmons out of the University of Texas. I have no idea why Colin Simmons went into the portal, but I wasn't about to let that pass us by. So Colin Simmons, he even got his number changed. He's going to wear number 99 for us. He's a 96 overall, just a true junior, pass rushing monster. And Colin Simmons is going to be starting on our defensive line. Bo Atkinson behind him, and then another rookie, Dre Quinn, behind both of them. This is one of the things, by the way, I wish the game that you could change. Dre Quinn is obviously not a white dude with a buzzed head and a slightly stubbly facial hair. He is actually 6'3", 230. I changed that part, but I can't change the way that he looks, which makes me sad. Okay, D-tackle. I told you K-Mac did not end up going pro, so he's going to anchor the middle at a 95. John Walker, this guy's real. He's actually coming over from UCF in the portal, and you can see after his offseason upgrades, he's up to a 91 already in our system. So, monster player who could actually be there for us for the Buckeyes. Edric Houston's up to an 87. Jason Moore to an 82. Here's top defensive tackle prospect that we recruited, a 78 overall. You can see Emmanuel Ruffin. That's a real name of a player. So is Demary Simeon. And then Will Smith Jr. rounds out that room. In the portaling, maybe I should be his advisor. I had the blank check. What can I say? I couldn't find Christian Allegro. He was not actually in the portal. I think he actually graduated in the game. So I was not able to get him, but I did go ahead and get a linebacker to help just add some depth to that room. So his name is Isaiah Glasker. I believe he played for, I just had it on the tip of my tongue, and I lost it. He is a linebacker for BYU. Thank you. Isaiah Glasker. So as you can see, comes as an 86 overall. Can do some pass rush, can play some things. Just needed some depth there because we didn't get Allegro. All right, Sincere Johnson. You're going to hear about this kid. He's a very talented freshman. I think he's a Glenville kid, to be honest, in real life. He is 6'3", 230. Very, very talented, very rangy, one of the best linebackers in the class. You're going to hear about him. He may start from day one as a true freshman. There's Peyton Pierce. Here's a kid from just up the road, Nolan Tangi, CJ Santa, another. Again, all these rookie or freshmen are real guys. Those are the real names of the players who got him. Speaking of real guys, Braxton Rembert, another. He's kind of a lanky edge rusher right now. He's technically positioned as a will, but he's more of a situational pass rusher. Then there you got Garrett Stover, Riley Pettijohn, and Tarvis Alford, last year's freshman, who will play more. Okay, in the cornerback room, Matthews did come back. I had to talk him into it, but he did come back, which helps. Sanchez comes back as well. True freshman for you, Jay Timmons. He was the #1 cornerback recruit in the game. And Jordan Thomas. Those both guys are both real, and Miles Lockhart stays around. But, like I said, I couldn't go for Calhoun or I couldn't go for Kelly, the guys that they actually got in the portal, so I just went for one of the 4-star corners in the portal. His name is Eli Bowen. He played in Oklahoma prior to this, and he's up to a 90 overall. So he will start with Matthews and Sanchez as well. I think I'm actually going to put Matthews into the slot once we're actually running our base 4-2-5. In the safety room, Terry Moore. This kid's going to be a stud. I'm really excited about him. A guy who came over from Duke. He's a 92 overall rating. And actually, he still has 58. I haven't even upgraded him yet, so he's going to go higher. He'll get up to that 92 where he belongs. But this is the kid who came over from Duke. That's not the real guy because the real guy graduated, but I had one more random player who didn't have a real name who I could turn into Terry Moore. So I turned him into Terry Moore. He's going to try to be your Caleb Downs replacement. And hopefully we'll do a very good job at it. True freshman Blaine Bradford at one time was the #1 safety in the country. Has since gone down a little bit, but very excited about what Blaine Bradford can do. Then you have Deshaun Stewart and Caden Gebhardt, who is the kid who was from right here in Central Ohio, was committed to Clemson and then flipped back near signing day for the Buckeyes. And finally in the strong safety room, Jalen McClain does come back. He's up to an 89. But Matthew Bailey decided to go for another veteran safety again. Earl Little Jr. was not in the portal, but the Buckeyes did go and get 2 safeties, so I went and got Terry Moore and then Matthew Bailey. Matthew Bailey is a box specialist. You'll see him in a big nickel. You'll see him playing some sub-linebacker packages. He's coming over from Illinois, and he'll be an anchor on that defensive side of the ball for sure. Kicker, Connor Hawkins. That's the name of the guy who's transferring over. This was actually a recruit who I I took the best kicker in the class because I was tired of having bad kickers. I just happened to name him Connor Hawkins because why the heck not? And then Mac Chiamento is the name of our punter, and that's just that we don't have a punter on the roster. I think our punter is technically still Joe McGuire, but he left in the portal. So true freshman Mac Chiamento is our punter. And that is our roster. So 99, 96, 96, 95, 95 to start it off. Good mix. And look at all those juniors, led by 4 superstar juniors, 5 if you count Kiwan Lacey. So maybe I do need to talk to Mark Pantoni and offer to assist him. Will Smith Jr. and Chris Rock. So anyway, that's our roster. It is jacked and stacked. I know you're curious. There was a lot of guys in the portal. Wow, a lot of guys in the portal. So we will go just through to the top position groups just so you can kind of see where some people ended up. So Sam Levitt, not in the portal. He'll be the highest rated quarterback in the game, staying at Arizona State. Then you have Julian Sand, then Jordan Mayava. Kevin Jennings stays put. Noah Fafita goes from Arizona to Alabama, and he will be their starting quarterback. Marcel Reed transfers from Texas A&M to SMU. Rayola stays at Nebraska, and our Ty Simpson doesn't go pro but transfers to Tennessee. So that's an interesting one. Then there's Arch Manning at a 93. Darian Mensah, the very talented kid from Tulane and Duke, now at Georgia. So Darian Mensah will be there. Nico Emilaeva still at UCLA. Brendan Sorsby actually transferred to LSU, I think, in real life, maybe? Or is he? I don't remember where he transferred to. No, he's the new guy at Texas Tech, sorry, in real life. He goes to TCU in the sim. Lenora Sellers stays at South Carolina. Josh Hoover, who's the guy from TCU who ended up going to Indiana in real life in the portal, is at Colorado. Avery Johnson also transfers to Colorado from Kansas State. So they have 2 91 rated quarterbacks. Dante Moore comes back for another year. Alonzo Barnett, I believe, is a transfer from Liberty, perhaps. Rocco Becht was at Iowa State. Gunnar Stockton stays at Georgia. So a lot of these schools have 2 very talented quarterbacks. And now we're into the 80s. Mestermaker does not leave there. Top running backs in the game. We talked about Isaac Brown. I don't even remember where he came from, but he's a monster and he's going to Miami. Jaden Baugh from the University of Florida replaces Kiwan Lacey, who came to us. Ahmad Hardy goes to Tennessee from Mizzou, I believe, right? Kiwan Lacey to us. We already talked about that. Antoine Raymond to Clemson. Justice Haynes stays at Michigan. Fluff Bothwell also at Ole Miss. Is that his real name? Jadarian Price leaves Notre Dame and goes to Texas A&M. Emmett Johnson stays at Nebraska. Frazier stays at Georgia. Jeremiah Cobb stays at Auburn. The rest of these players are C.J. Baxter. Maybe, hey, James Peoples. He's a 90, and he's going to be the running back for SMU. How about that? Quentin Joyner. Wayne Knight. Let's just get through the rest of the 90s here. There's Bo Jackson. I don't know. Cameron Dickey came from Texas Tech. And we'll just look at wide receivers as well. Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, both 99s. And you got Braylon Staley. Isaiah Hunter. I think he's a transfer to Oregon. There's DeCorian Moore. Jacoby Lane doesn't go pro. Bo Sparks. Is it Western Michigan? What school is that? So you can kind of see here, not as much movement. Andrew Marsh does go from Michigan State to Michigan instead of Indiana. Wingo stays. Greathouse stays. Cam Coleman in the portal for real goes to the U to replace Malachi Toney. There's big play Charlie Becker. Back shoulder fade Charlie Becker. Devin McHugh, that's the kid that the Buckeyes got in real life, by the way. So he's a 91 rated overall. So you could feel pretty good about that. That's the guy who actually came over from Texas San Antonio. Hey, Mitchell, welcome in. The rest of the 90s here. Barney Ian Strong goes from Rutgers. DeAndre Moore from Texas to Cal. Horton stays home. All right. Any other position groups we need to look at? Best left edge rusher is TJ Parker. He's not going to come out in the draft. Anthony Smith goes from Minnesota to Texas A&M. Wow, look at Oregon. Beast mode. Bush and John Henry Daly. Right edge, we already talked about Colin Simmons. Then you have Trey White, Dylan Stewart, Clev Lubin is a transfer as well. Jamon Tapp stays at LSU. There's Damon Wilson. He's still in the portal, may becoming a Buckeye in real life. K-Mac leads your D tackles along with Bear Alexander staying, and David Stone, who's a transfer, who's a monster in real life and is going to go to Miami. Justin Scott, who left Miami, goes to Iowa. Amari Washington, who left Oregon, goes to Penn State. All kinds of crazy things. Tyreek Tucker stays for, there's John Walker. So all kinds of crazy movement in the portal. It was crazy. The portal was crazy. All right, guys. So that is what our 2026 Sim Buckeyes will look like. Again, I went portal in and I was angry about our offensive line, and so I upgraded that, and then I just took a couple of the best players available. So we should be stacked. Also, as it would turn out, where are my coach abilities? Is this it? There we go. As it would turn out, again, I don't know why these guys come available, but I jumped at the same. So I fired Brian Hartline and gave him the chance to go do his thing, you know. So instead, I was able to pick up Ryan Silverfield. He runs a similar offense. He's currently the head coach at Arkansas in real life. And then for my defensive coordinator, I don't know why they would have fired him, but they fired him. And that's just Joey McGuire from Texas Tech. Your guy, Bo, if you happen to watch this sim, Bo. So Joey McGuire is going to be our defensive coordinator. So we've got upgraded at both coordinator positions, and we are stacked. We do have a very tough schedule this year. We'll very quickly look at that. This is the real schedule, by the way. We have some real doozies this season. At Texas, of course, again, we get to go. We have Oregon this year at home, at USC, at Nebraska, Illinois, at Iowa, at Indiana, and then home versus Michigan. So it's a tough season for the Buckeyes here, and we'll start to sim it here real quick and see what it looks like. All right, guys, this was fun. Appreciate your time. Take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk again real soon about varying things regarding our sim teams. Today we'll say go Bucks, and as always, go Browns.